What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. Today, we're finally working on the Miata. Been a long time coming getting this thing up to the shop to actually do anything with it, so I'm like really happy to see it actually getting worked on. Today's goal is to get the new coilovers installed. So Geena went ahead and picked up a set of Evolved Autosport Coilovers, and we're gonna give those a shot, see how they ride, see how she likes them. We got a great deal on them, so we're gonna get those thrown in today. We actually put the rears in yesterday just to take a little bit of time. You know, Geena get some wrenching in off camera. We're actually going back, we're just making sure bolts are tight, things like that. We can move our way onto the fronts. But let's take a look at these coilovers. The color scheme, not bad. Definitely other brands that I like way more. Check them out. So they're a 16-way adjustable coilover. Obviously you have your dampening adjustment on top, and then your height adjustment is here on the bottom. You just break this collar loose, and then you spin this out. Pretty simple, nice design. I'm excited to see how they function, how they feel. I like the color scheme on them. I don't think that's bad. I like the little brake hose bracket here. You know, they come with their own bellows. So and they come pre-assembled too. So that you won't have to assemble them. You don't need to set preload. None of that crap comes already done. You literally just set your height adjustment, throw them in the car, and you're on the road. These are the rears installed. And again, we just went back and we set our height adjustment. So we dropped our lower control arm, pulled this bolt out, and then this spins upwards to drop the car, or you spin it out to raise the car. And then these are your collar locks. So we'll go ahead and lock this into place. So this coilover is now set where we want it to be. We're about 1 1/8 inches from the bottom of this collar to right here. So we're gonna take that measurement, apply it to the other side, and then we can have an even height on the rear end of this car. This is how you set preload. But we won't get into all that. This is just an install video, damn it. But goal is to get these knocked out of the way, so we're gonna get the rest of the height adjustments and everything done in the rear, and then we'll hop back into it when we get to the front. All right, moment of truth. We'll see how this thing sits. And a quick tip for all of you guys doing this that might want to go a little lower than this. Probably not a good idea to slam your car down in case you have any tire fender interference. Oh yeah.
There we go.
It's a bit lower. Sick.
It's still gotta, it's gonna settle down too.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I don't want it, it needs to be functional still. Like, it can't be that low. But that's good.
Oh, that is good.
This is good. I feel like this, with a better wheel, this will honestly end up looking great. Like, if we could pull this, like, get a bit more offset into it, get it flush with the fender. Because I'm not like a big, like, tuck tire and camber guy. I know it might be, like, sacrilegious to some people, but, like, I think just a flush wheel that fits in the tire arch is, like, the best look. I really hope these coils ride nice, because if they do,
Buy me a spare set.
buy a spare set. All right, so we got our front end up in the air. Get these wheels off, get the old shocks out, and then comes measuring to make sure that the front is even with the back. So I'm gonna kind of ballpark it right off the bat, get them in, and then we'll kind of adjust our coilovers from there. So if we're, you know, 1 inch higher in the rear, 1 inch lower in the rear versus the front, we know what we need to pull or add to that coilover to get them even enough, right? Like, but it goes in for an alignment. I can also have Mike kind of finish up all the adjustments if we can't, or for whatever reason don't get them on here. All right, so I'm gonna hop in here real quick and just kind of give a quick rundown of how to do this. So you've got a bolt at the bottom of the coilover down here. You have 2 or sometimes 3 bolts in the engine bay at the top of the hat, 1 and 2, sometimes 3 again. And then that's all the bolts that actually hold this coilover in on this application. Sometimes, some vehicles, you'll have your brake hose will actually mount to a clip that's like tack welded or fixed to the coilover. So you'll sometimes need to deal with that. Outside of that, it's generally pretty simple. You only got a few bolts holding these things in. Where it starts to get kind of tricky is getting it actually out once you have all these fasteners off, right? So obviously this goes through the upper control arm here. And if you were looking, you've got some shroud kind of up here that we need to work around to pull the coilover out. So usually what you can sometimes get away with is to get all that taken out, put your foot right here, and push down enough to pull the top hat out, tilt it, pull it out. We're gonna try that. I don't know if that works. Sometimes you'll need to pull the sway bar out of the way. Sometimes you'll need to pull a ball joint out or something. We'll see. I've actually never done a set of coils on a Miata or any Mazda other than the RX-7 for that matter. So we'll take a look. We'll see if we can do this the easy way. If we can't, it's basically you just start taking stuff apart until you get it to the point where you've got enough room to pull this coilover out, which on this application I would imagine we'd probably do the lower control arm, but I'm not sure. We'll have to look at it a little bit more to be sure. I'm gonna try to do this the easy way first and just pull the bolts for the coil out, see if I can't just shimmy her out, but we'll see where we get. And since this one's all her, tools are going to Geena. She knows what to do. Let's get this thing out. Okay, so we got all of our fasteners out. Now I'm gonna try, again, like I said before, I'm gonna try to see if I can get this out without pulling anything else out, which is basically gonna consist of me putting my foot here. Yeah, not gonna work. Okay, go ahead and pull some more stuff out and reconvene. Okay, so we got a few things taken off here. So we got our sway bar detached up front. We just took the top bolt out because it was the easiest to get to. Then we took our ball joint, our lower ball joint castle nut off so we could free the lower control arm and get that to bend down. Now we should have all the movement in the world down here to get this coilover out. So we're gonna push down here, tip it, and pull it out from there. And the shot comes right out. Perfect. So basically reverse of that to go ahead and install this new one. And here they are. So what I'm going to do is, I know I dropped those ones about an inch from where they started at. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna drop these down about an inch. I'm gonna see where that gets us and go from there. It can be tricky to get that brake hose clip and line those up, and I'll go ahead and put the nuts in on the top for you. Bam and bam. Alrighty, you got your coilover in and hanging. So just a quick reassembly of all the rest of the stuff around it. Pull the control arm up, pop that castle nut back in, and do the same thing on the other side, and we can see how even it sits. But stoked. Looks really good. So only one more corner left. No need to film any of this. So, and bam, got this corner in. So all 4 corners are now installed. We're looking good. Just gotta put some wheels on the front. I gotta throw some cotter pins in these lower ball joints because I ended up again needing to break all this apart to get these coilovers in. So throw those back in, lower the car back down, and then we have to measure, make sure everything is good there, front to back wise, height wise. For now, we're gonna run to the gas station. Tanner is going to drive his Camaro, so we're gonna follow him there in the Supra just to give some support. Plus I need to throw some gas in this thing, so. Hell yeah. Awesome to see that on the road. That was a good drive. I know I didn't film a lot of it. It kind of started to rain, so it's kind of hard to get footage, and it's loud as hell. But that thing drives pretty straight. We're super happy. I mean, for it sat for as long as it did, to drive as straight as it does, that's a W. All right, time to find out how we did. I can like already tell that I'm pretty sure the fronts are gonna be lower than the rears. Oh yeah. We're definitely lower in the front than the back. The jack's barely gonna make its way out.
I don't think it's making its way out.
Oh, your kit comes with a new bumper. This doesn't matter. Dumped. Sick.
So do we make the back lower or the front higher?
Let back lower. It's gonna be way easier to make the back lower than the front higher. So sick. Cool. I like it. How do you feel?
Good. I'm fine. I'm just glad that it's done.
No, that wasn't a bad install, all things considered. But it does look way better. Way better. It was a monster truck before. And that is so much better. We do need to drop the rear. The rear will emulate kind of the front. But sick. Time to find out if this thing rubs. I kind of like how low it is in the front. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna raise the front or if we're gonna drop the back. But I just want to see if it will rub this low, so. we get rained out again, which sucks. I feel like every time we do something fun or we want to like actually go drive, we get rained out. But I'm happy with that. It actually drove really well. Coilovers felt good. Didn't feel like the car was shaking all over the place. Even in the tightest dampening settings, it was still like a pretty easy ride. So yeah, I'm happy with Evolves for sure. How do you feel though? I mean, it's your car.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, we're gonna lower the back about a 1/2 inch smash at the front instead of bringing the front up because I like how it looks.
Yeah, no, it definitely does look a lot better. I'm happy for you. It's awesome. But heck yeah, I'm happy. So that's where I'm gonna end it for today because it's getting late and the rain is just super annoying. So I'm gonna head home. We do gotta come back up tomorrow because I gotta get the rest of this exhaust bolted back in so we can drive this thing home, and I wanna test fit my new wheels. So stay tuned for that. But as for now, that'll be it for today, and we'll see you guys here in a little bit. And we're back. So we just got done leveling out the Miata. We got the front and the rear about 5 inches off the ground, front to back. So I'm happy with the way it's sitting. We're going to get this exhaust fixed up. It's literally 2 bolts right before the cat where it splits from the front pipe, I guess you would call it, and the cat section. So we're gonna throw some bolts in that to quiet this thing down a little bit, take it for another test drive, see how it feels. And hopefully we'll be able to press into it a little bit harder too and see how these coilovers perform under a little bit more stress. First order of business is to shut this thing up. So let's bolt this exhaust back together quick and then we'll go from there. And there we are. So exhaust is finished, coilovers are in, everything is nice and low. I think we're done for this one. I'm just kind of curious how it sounds with the
Holy f***, you sat in here.
with full exhaust. This thing sounded terrible before, I'm not gonna lie. Well, it's definitely quieter. Yum. Well, back it out. We'll take it for a drive. Your first drive on a car with coilovers. I can tell you're excited.
Really excited.
I know we're not even off the property, but do you feel the difference quite yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel as bouncy. Before I felt like the Flintstone car when they're running, and it's like, I don't feel that now.
Well, good. Yeah, new shocks tend to do that.
Yeah, that was rough. And the exhaust already sounds a lot better. I feel fast as boy. I definitely can tell that I need an alignment.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, we're at the speed limit. Still can't hear myself think though. Break them in. Broke them in.
Oh, my head.
She's a track star. Yep, they work.
Sick. Successful. Looks like you like them.
I do.
Happy. Holy shit, does that look a lot better than it did before. It was a monster truck before, and now it's beautiful. With that, I don't have anything else for you guys, so we're gonna end the video here. If you liked what you saw, you wanna see more, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.